wasn't able to get access to the other one. I am actually trying to do it right now, but it is not happily working. Like Gmail is making some problems. Okay, so let's forget about it. And I sent you the paper that I had a look at. I selected the questions that refer to Unit 1 to 3, and I would like to have a quick go through those ones.
So the MCQ you sent?
Exactly. I sent you the paper that I am referring to.
Yeah.
And I would like to keep it...
I'll pop that open on my iPad.
And I would like to keep it strong, namely we call the right answer and we explain why the right is right and the wrongs are wrongs. If we see that we are going too long, then I would like you to do it as a prep.
Okay.
But this way, not only am I training your logics, I'm training your wording, and as I mentioned several times, economy is the kind of discipline where even the wrongest answer can be made correct if in the correct wording. And on a personal notice, I have the possibility to travel, to relocate to the US, to be a private tutor shepherd for a family that is offering a salary of kind of $26,000 a year for 40 hours a week. And I was tempted today because 20 million rubles a year is a lot of money. And I was tempted. I was tempted. But after half a day thought, I am more inclined to say no and to keep my pupils, including you, rather than having a couple of million rubles a month. So you may be pleased.
All right, sir. All right.
Okay. I see that I didn't impress you.
Yeah.
Go on. Question 1.
An economy is changing from planned economy to market economy. Which action would be expected during this change? So planned to market. Market is free.
Oh, I am here.
Super controlled.
Yes, I am on the board here. I haven't yet changed my stylus battery, so I have to use an even cheaper than $20 stylus.
Which action would be expected during this change? The replacement of fiscal policy by monetary policy, the replacement of multinational companies by national companies, the replacement of nationalization by privatization, the replacement of private property right by common ownership. Last one is wrong. Second one is wrong. First one, I don't really recall the policies, but I really believe the CC works because it goes from nationalization to privatization.
It is.
And it's all about having free economies and stuff.
And not only, monetary policy is present in all type of economies, both the planned one and the market one. So they don't distinguish. Okay, very good. Question 2.
Types of economy. So I have this one friend.
Yes.
His entire family studies in the US. He's studying here and then applying abroad. He studied every past paper for psychology, which is the number of 15 past papers. 5 times over, and learned each and every mark scheme.
Okay.
And is now scoring like 99% on like the test, which is insane.
It is.
Like for psychology, that type of stuff works because the material in the past papers repeats the structure, but the content is just different. So it's super useful to do past papers. It's actually insanely useful to do past papers. That's why I'm really pro past papers.
Okay.
All right. Question 2.
Yes.
A local council provides a tap for drinking water in town. So that's a tapped water.
Yes.
I assume. Would this make drinking water a free good? No, because it is possible to exclude some people from using the tap. No, because it requires the use of scarce resources. Yes, because it is available to all passers-by. Yes, because it is impossible to charge for it. Last one's wrong.
Well, why is it wrong? Why is it wrong?
I believe it's not impossible to charge nothing for it, right? There is a way that you can still charge, and that doesn't make sense. The last one.
It doesn't make sense. It's a subjective mood. So you can actually charge for it. You can
say sell, right?
Well, you can put a meter.
In the question it says
you can put a meter.
Like a local council provides, not sells.
Too weak as a position. You can provide for a fee.
Also, I wanted to say that this could be seen as a public good.
Indeed, but is it a free good? Public transportation is a public good as well. Electricity is a public good as well, but they are not for free.
Okay. Well, it is available to all passers-by.
Yes, but
it's no, because it requires the use of scarce resources. Is it really scarce? I don't think so. Well, every resource is scarce.
In Russia, it is not.
It will run out eventually.
In Russia, it is not. Right? In Russia, it is not. In Rwanda, it is.
Well, yes, but here it doesn't really provide countries.
So we limit ourselves to the unluckiest one, and the answer is no, because it is a scarce resource.
Okay, so B it is.
Yes. By the way, you can tell me, hey, Professor Philo, don't fool me. There are fountains all around the world. In Italy, for first, yes, but the public fountains in Italy have a clear sign: not drinkable water. What does it mean? Most likely, it is okay to drink that water, but 100%, 99%, it is a continuous loop of water. So the water that is coming out from the fountain is just pumped back again. So there is no actual loss. And so it is not really fresh water. It is tap water after it has been cycled 1,000 of times. Okay, sir.
I'll try to speed up to do as much as possible. Okay, question 3. Food prices in the country increased by 20% in 3 months due to an infectious virus. Which statement about the case of the rise in food prices is normative? Normative means that it's an opinion.
Yes. A normative statement.
We're scared of running out of food. You were saying?
I was saying a normative statement expresses a judgment or a value or a belief or something you think, but I cannot. I mean, I can think differently. So
I just think the difference between positive and normative is that the positive one can be proved by statistics. This one can't.
More or less.
Consumers were scared of running out of food. Farm workers demanded higher wages to cover extra hours worked. Supply of foreign food was reduced. So it's A.
Yes. Because it is
Question 4. A
fear.
doctor has very long working hours and a high level of stress. She can become a teacher instead of continuing as a doctor. What is the opportunity cost of choosing to continue as a doctor? Long working hours, high level of stress. Continuing as a doctor, meaning she will continue having that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The risk of mistakes caused by tiredness, the possible cost of illness caused by high stress levels, the potential salary as a teacher, the retraining cost of becoming a teacher. Right, you see here, what is the opportunity cost of choosing to continue as a doctor? So the second best alternative of choosing to continue as a doctor, that would be C.
Yes.
You see, I actually thought of a different one at the beginning, but then I actually used my terminology and I got a C.
What did you think of? What did you think of?
I was going to say the first one, but then the second one also made sense. So I realized that it's the opportunity cost of choosing to continue as a doctor and not to choosing to. Well, my first one didn't make sense whatsoever. Okay, so it's 4C. It's good that I thought.
A and B are the same because the risk of mistakes from tiredness is an internal job consequence, right? And about the illnesses coming from stress, it's the same. So whenever you have two questions that are equivalent, you must discard them both. And about the retraining cost, it's a cost of switching rather than the second best alternative. So the only one that meets the definition is answer C.
Okay, so this one's right. So do you have the mark scheme so that we can what's it called? It has like some explanations sometimes.
Whenever I checked I looked at the paper, I selected the questions that relate to units 1, 2, 3, and I had a look at the mark scheme. So whenever I have a powerful comment to give over, I will do that. I'm not just reading and I'm not a parrot copying whatever is written on the mark scheme. I'm putting down my effort on doing that. So question 5.
Okay. Yeah. When will the demand curve for motorcycles shift to the left? Shifting to the left meaning higher price, lower quantity.
Right.
The first two are wrong. I believe. Mm-hmm. When the tax on motorcycles rises, when the price of public transport rises. When the price of public transport rises, and here's demand from motorcycles.
Well, let's have a drawing here quickly. You know, we have this.
Oh wait, are they talking about a PPC curve? No, not a price possibility curve. No, they're talking about a demand curve. And demand curve, D, shifting to the left is going down.
Well, of course it is going down. Of course it is going down.
It's there. The price equilibrium is lower, and the quantity is lower.
If the demand is going to the left, the quantity is lower and the price is lower. I am drawing. Actually, you should be drawing, but doesn't matter. So
I did. It's just I just did it on the paper.
Okay, so you can have a look at the graph, and here you have D, and here you have D first. What can be?
I'll show what I did.
Reasons for a market shift to the left.
When the price of cars falls, it's wrong.
Okay.
Absolutely wrong. When the price of motorcycles falls, when when the tax on motorcycles rises. When the tax on motorcycles rises, they tend to pass that on the consumers, right?
Well, it depends on the relative elasticity.
Okay, and when the price of public transport rises, I would really stick with B, because C and D we really don't have the proof of neither.
Okay.
I'll stick with B.
Okay, let's have an analysis of this. When the price of let's have a look at the law of demand. What is first thing? What is demand? What is
I know
demand?
it's demand.
What is demand? It is the relation between the price and the quantity that consumers are willing to buy. You may write this down and learn it by heart. Demand is the relationship between price and the quantity. So quantity that the price and the quantity that consumers are willing to buy. So the demand is a ratio, which means it is a curve. Price changes, quantity changes. Good. Now, what is the law of demand saying? The law of demand is saying that if price rises, ceteris paribus, this is P, this is Q. If price rises, ceteris paribus, what happens to the quantity demanded? You may want to look at the board. Again?
Decreases.
Decreases. So let's now have a analysis of B. The price of motorbikes fall, and you are saying that demand shifts to the left, so it decreases. And B is wrong. B counters the demand's law. Do you copy?
Well, I assume that they don't really point out the quantity increase here, and it's not even supposed to increase?
Exactly. So, when will the demand curve for motorcycles shift to the left? Definitely not if its price gets lower. C can't be checked because it depends on the elasticity of demand and supply. If the supply for motorcycle is more inelastic than its demand, the greatest burden for the tax is gonna be for the suppliers, not for the consumers, right?
Okay. So
we can't state that C is correct. Good. Now.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
Now let's have a look at the other ones. The price of public transport rises. How are public transports and motorcycle? They are.
Sorry?
Option D. When the price of public transport rises, how are public transport and motorcycles as goods? Are they unrelated, complementary?
They are substitutes?
Yes, they are substitutes. So if the price of good 2 and they are substitutes increases, what are you going to do? Will you spend more on good 2 or on good 1?
Good 1.
Of course. So the demand will increase or decrease?
Increase for good 1.
Yes, so D as an option is wrong.
Yeah. Okay.
So what is left?
Yeah.
Should
we move on?
No, because we haven't found the correct answer.
Wait, C is, no?
No. We can't state because we don't know the relative elasticity of demand and supply. So the answer is A.
Okay.
The answer is A. Because When the price of cars falls, since cars and motorcycles are substitute goods, if the substitute value substitute cheaper, you are going to spend all on cars. And the demand falls.
Oh,
so it
right.
goes to the left.
I didn't think of that. Oh my god, so dumb. That actually super
No,
dumb.
no. It's not. I mean, don't praise yourself. It is just. It's a kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm not praising. I'm just saying it was a bit dumb.
Yes,
because it was.
it is ironic. It is ironic.
The substitute cars and the price from falling basically explains the demand curve shifting to the left for motorcycles.
C. 6.
Okay, diagram shows the demand curve for housing. What is not assumed to remain constant when drawing this curve? Consumers' incomes, expectations about future house prices, the price of houses, the rate of interest charged on loans for house purchase.
So demand supply
the B
curves. No. Demand supply curves are drawn.
Oh, the
keyword,
demand. The graph shows the demand curve for housing.
Ceteris paribus.
Is it A?
No.
Okay, then I have no idea.
Of course,
because you are not. I would be guessing.
You are not thinking. You are not thinking. So the diagram shows the demand curve for housing, which means price. What is the demand curve? Again, it is the relationship between the price, which is changing, and the relative quantity consumers are willing to buy. So what is not held constant?
Supply?
No. We are not talking about supply, we are just talking about demand. So here we have price, here we have quantity. Look, I am drawing the demand curve here. How many prices and how many quantities do we have?
One second, I need to get into Hydro.
You don't need to get into Hydro, just have a look at the diagram.
Yeah.
So how many prices have we got? How many prices do we investigate?
All of these prices?
Exactly. So namely, if this was calculus, the answer would be infinite prices, because we are using real number, hence infinite quantities. So you are evaluating all the prices. All the prices. So definitely C is not held constant, while all the goddamn others fall in the ceteris paribus.
So it's C.
Exactly.
But I did say C at the beginning.
Yes, but this is not I try and guess. It is rocksteady logic. Really not... Good. Okay. Don't be
but I did assume. That was my first assumption.
It is not an assumption. It is a finding. Don't be mad at me.
No, the assumption that price moves.
You pay me.
So does quantity.
You pay me for being picky, and you can't see my smile now. But guess I am patting you on your shoulder.
Okay.
Good. Question 7.
Which statement defines the price elasticity of supply? So PES.
This is not really exactly. It is unit 2, if I'm not mistaken, but still, it is. It falls within the units we have studied, so that's why I want to cover it.
PS definition for it, obviously. Quantity supplied of a good response to a change in price. Measures how supply of a good responds to a change in cost of production. This one's definitely wrong. It is measured of how the supply of good X, that's cross elasticity. So the first or the second option, it is measured how the price of a good responds to a change in quantity supplied. No, because that is PED. It is measured how the quantity supplied of a good responds to a change in price. No, this is PED. The first one is PES.
The first one is PES, so correct answer A.
Yeah.
And the answer is wrong, because answer A reverses cause and effect. Look, answer A states PES measures how the price of a good responds to the change in quantity supplied. Which is not, because what is the definition of PES? It's the percentage variation in quantity supplied to the percentage variation in the price. So it's the quantity that changes, not the price. And question A, answer A, wants the following, wants the reverse, actually the reciprocal. So the variation in price divided by the variation of the supplied quantity. This is A, which is definitely wrong.
So here it speaks about price being changed instead of quantity, so it's to do with PED, not PS, right?
We are not talking about demand. It is just 1 divided by the PES here. Question A.
What?
Answer A is 1 divided by PES. Not demand.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, it is nothing. It is just 1 divided by PES. Because it is the measure of how the price changes as a response to the quantity supplied. So it is the opposite as what the PES is actually. Actually, not the opposite.
Q, not Q over P?
Exactly. P over Q and not Q over P. It's the reciprocal, not the opposite, because the opposite is just with the minus sign. Here you are. It's the reciprocal. So we rule it out. What about C?
I think it's B.
Why?
Because here it's Q over P.
Exactly. And what is C
it's
then?
Supposed to be.
And what is C? It is a measure of...
C is about cost of production. That makes no sense.
It is cost elasticity. And D is cross elasticity. So yes, of course. Answer B. Number 8. Oh, we are touching previous lessons. Okay, no worries.
Which production are likely to have a positive cross elasticity of demand with T? Positive cross elasticity of demand.
What does that mean?
I think it has to be. It's not B. Coffee and teas are substitutes and not complementary goods. So again, cross elasticity is the measure of how good X, so T, changes the price of good Y, of something that may be added into the
You are lacking quantity. You are lacking quantity.
Sorry?
You are lacking quantity. XCD is always the change of some quantity with respect to the change in price of something else.
Yeah, supply. Supply of good X.
Demand for good X. Demand for good X. Demand.
Oh, okay. I mean,
let me write it. Let me write it. Let me write it. Let me write it.
I believe it's D.
It is not.
Okay.
So it's the demand, the variation of demand for good X in percentage to the change in price of good Y. This is XCD. How are positive
saucers? Isn't saucers like the packaging for sauces, literally?
Whatever you put there, like syrups, some kind of tastes, pills, whatever you drop into your goddamn tea.
Okay, so I believe this is also wrong.
Positive cross elasticity. No. What does it mean? Let's use logic. Positive
means that XCD. In the relation to the good X supply increasing.
It's not supply, it's demand.
The demand increasing. The price for one second, cross list of supply and demand supply. The demand, the price for good Y will increase.
My best so pupil. Both increasing. My best pupil. Please, it is not about supply. XED.
Demand of good X.
Demand on good X.
Responding to a change in.
Exactly. Go on. A change in price.
Responding to a change in price of good Y.
If it is positive, as stated in this question, what does it mean? What does it mean?
The price increases for the good Y.
Okay, price of good Y increases. What happens to the quantity of good X?
Also increases. We're referring to the increase of good X.
So PY up quantity, means, yes, it's correct. PY up means QX up. And what is the case for goods that when one becomes more expensive, you choose the second one? What is the name? What is the relationship between the two?
Substitute goods.
Substitute goods. Now, correct. So let me write it here in blue. Substitute. So, what are substitutes here? Are biscuits and cakes substitutes for tea?
No.
Are cups and sauces substitutes for tea?
No.
Are sugar and milk substitutes for tea?
Not really, no.
All these three options are complementary. So the XCD would be negative. Hence, the only one that makes real sense is coffee and hot chocolate. Because if your goddamn tea becomes more expensive, you will say, hey, go very, very far away, you with your Ceylon black, white, red, green, striped tea. I will go for goddamn Italian espresso, which costs less and is more tasty. Never take tea from automatic distributors because it's washing away.
It says positive cross elasticity of demand.
Exactly. So which are the only substitutes for tea here?
Substitute coffee and hot chocolate. I get that.
Exactly.
But it says positive, so doesn't that mean as the supply of good X, T, increases, the change in price of good Y?
No, we are not talking about
also
supply.
increases.
My best.
No
We
supply.
are not
Oh my
talking
God. And
about
if it was supply, then it would be complementary, right?
Yes, exactly.
Complementary goods. Okay, makes sense.
Thank you. Number 9.
As we are talking Number 9, what does not cause a shift in supply curve of cars? A change in car producers' cost of production absolutely does. A change in price of fuel used by car owners, a change in rate of sales tax on cars does, I think. A change in the wage rate of workers in the car industry. I think all but B cause a shift in supply curve of cars.
Yes, correct. Supply shifts only when producers' costs change. But the fuel used by consumers, actually, since fuel is used by consumers as well as producer, maybe indirectly it could affect, but not in first approximation. So yes, B.
Okay, the diagram shows the market for pineapples. X is the original equilibrium point. Pineapple producers benefit from improving technology. Okay, so I think it's more supplied. At the same time, new diet books suggest that eating pineapples helping weight loss. So both increase in demand and increase in supply. Increase in supply is when it goes to the right, and increase in demand is when it goes to the wait.
Let's decouple. My best. Let's decouple these two effects. Let me write P and Q. Let's draw S1, S2, and
when
S3.
Demand goes to the right, it increases. Supply.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, also goes to the right, also increases.
Look.
No.
Look. Let's say that. How do we get from S1 to S3? Actually, here it's written S1, S2, and S3. How do we move if we improve the technology?
To the right.
Yes. So from S1 we go to what?
S2.
No. Because S2 is not.
Oh, I'm so dumb. Right is literally here, not there.
Yes.
That would be S3, S3.
Yes, because of technology. So we shift from S1 to S3 if we are talking about improved technology. Now let's put D1, D2, and D3. And then we will comment this D1, D2, and D3. We will comment these curves. So
C, sir?
What happens to the demand since there is this diet boom?
Increase as well.
Exactly. So what is the correct answer?
C.
A, B, C, or D?
C.
The right shifted demand meets the right shifted supply, which means point C here. Correct. Now let's quickly have a discussion about the shape of these diet craze, the shape of these curves. Do you think, what can you tell me about the supply for pineapples and the demand for pineapples?
So I got this question. I got the question. I understand how it works.
What can you tell me about the shape of these curves so that we have a look at this topic as well?
Shape of what curves?
Of D1, D2, and D3 versus S1, S2, and S3.
D1 and S1 is equilibrium. D2 is decrease in demand.
No,
S2 is decrease in supply.
How these
S3
demand
is an
curves,
increase in
how these demand curves are with respect to the supply curves.
What?
Look, what can you tell me about this shape? This shape of the demand curve. How do these demand curves look like?
Where are you?
I am here on the board.
They're very inelastic.
Yes, they are very inelastic. Can you make me an example for inelastic product?
Insulin? I don't know.
Yes, necessity. Would you call pineapple a goddamn necessity? Oh, how would it call it a necessity? Oh, how are you? Adios. Oh. No. No. Moreover, have a look at these goddamn... I was talking South Italian with a South Italian accent. Have a look at the supply curves up here. How do they look like?
Elastic?
Yes. And do you really think that if you have a full continent of Brazil, Argentina, and whatever the damn cultivated like pineapples, and you have a new bee that eats all your pineapples in throughout and chews and spits the rest, can you really think that you can adjust your production given the change in price? The answer is completely no. So this diagram really makes no sense, because there is never the way in this way. I'm not just wasting time. We are repeating elasticity and we are judging it on a real world example. So pineapple, being a fresh product, can't be stored forever and ever, which makes the supply really inelastic. Moreover, people live 2 lives without eating 1 pineapple. So definitely it's not a necessity good.
Okay.
Good. Now that we have checked
moving on
this
to question 11.
Yes, please. Please don't hurry up. Believe your mentor, which is me, as you had done before.
Sorry?
Believe and trust me.
Yeah, I do trust you, but the thing is, they're not even asking us about the elasticity of the demand and supply curve here, and maybe there is a behind the scene kind of thing that occurred there. We can't really prove it. We can't really prove that it's not so elastic. The demand is not so elastic, and the supply is not so the other way around. The demand is not so inelastic, and that supply is so elastic. We can't prove that that's wrong,
but we
because
can
we're not
argue
given the concept and the background of what's happening there. So it could be like a World War III happening, and the only like products being pineapples, or like so for demand obviously grows, and no one cares if the price increases or decreases.
We are still exercising wording. Okay, come on. Question 11.
But if you, in a real case scenario, yeah, I absolutely agree. That's the first thing I noticed when I was looking at the graph. It doesn't make any sense.
Okay, 11.
The diagram shows the impact of a fall in the price of oil that will lead to a full fall in energy cost for many manufacturers. So fall in price, fall in energy cost for many manufacturers. You need to remember that. Fall in energy cost, fall in price of oil. What will be the impact in the change on consumer and producer surplus? Okay, so our consumer surplus, is that the consumer surplus, is that the very top and the bottom, or like is it the J to K and K to and like K to
draw?
Whatever.
Hamzat, come on the board and draw. That's the only answer I am going to give.
Okay, wait, let me think first. Producer surplus will increase, I believe, first of all. And consumer surplus will price of oil, and the fall in the price of oil.
Who is benefiting? Who is benefiting if raw oil is cheaper?
Both.
Because we are not talking about the final product, but we are talking about the prime material.
Well, both what's it called? Both consumers, well, producers, they specifically told us fall in energy costs so they could manufacture more, obviously, or reduce their price, or whatever technique they wanna
so cost going down,
they benefit from it.
Cost going down, production, actually output going up. Output going up.
Producer's surplus.
Draw it. Draw. Hamzat, draw. It is the only way you can get it correct. Otherwise, it's just wild guessing. Like here. Yes.
Before I thought producer's surplus is this. And this consumers. But then I think I know. There's like separation of this box and this box.
Thank goodness we are repeating this, yes.
Because I had this practice a few days ago and
never mentioned that we were covering this last lesson.
Is the producers. This is the consumers.
Okay.
Consumers, producers. Okay, so let's look at it. So here clearly, the bottom one decreases, the top one increases. So producers decreases, consumers increases.
For both cases, price falls and quantity rises. So if you have a look at this, you can say that what was the original producer surplus?
Original producer surplus K to H.
K
divided by 2.
K what? No, anyway, it's not. No, it's not.
Oh, sorry, that's the one they have now. JLG.
JLG is greater or lesser than kmh.
Well, it looks like it's smaller.
It is. Of course it is. The
Okay,
producer
so both
surplus,
both
exactly.
prices.
The producer surplus
I actually believe
expands.
at the beginning. I don't believe at the beginning that both benefit from it. There's no way.
Exactly.
One of them is not going to benefit.
Producer surplus expands because although the price falls, producers sell more units with lower costs. So the area above the supply curve increases. And you said that at the beginning, both are going to benefit. That's it. 12.
12, right? 12. When is the supply curve for a car manufacturing firm most likely to be price elastic? So price elastic meaning a little change in price causes a greater change in quantity.
That's the PD. That's PED.
Oh, a little change in price.
No. Hold on. The price elasticity of supply means how responsive are manufacturers, suppliers, producers to a change in price. Can they adjust their production or are they bound because of several reasons? You answer.
Well, I did say that. No, I did say price elasticity of supply, not demand. I said change in price to change in quantity, not change in demand.
Okay.
Isn't that price elasticity of supply?
Before using the term quantity, which is most likely related to demand, I would use how quick can suppliers respond or adjust supply relative to the change in price. This is what I would use without leaving the word quantity.
But quantity is the one in the definition. No.
It is, of course.
The responsiveness of price change to, well, quantity change to, or whatever is the vice versa. Price change to change in quantity supplied.
Okay.
Because there is quantity demand and quantity supply. Okay, so if I specify that it's quantity supplied.
Okay.
Little change in price change leading to quantity supplied change greater.
Yes.
When the firms find it difficult to recruit new labor, when the firm has a large quantity of stock, when the firm is operating in the short run, when the firm is operating near to full capacity. When is the supply curve for a car manufacturing firm most likely to be price elastic?
Oh, by the way, are we having a look at option A or option B? What is the elastic curve, S1 or S2? I'm on the board.
Oh, second. For S1 or S2 for
elastic supply.
This is so if we draw supply demand for employees, right? Price would be the wage, quantity would be the workers. So if our supply is steeper,
it is more or less elastic.
1 second, sir.
Yes, please.
So if it's steeper, then to a little price, there will be a bigger change in quantity. So it's inelastic. I'm just talking about the line.
Not bigger. Smaller, but it is inelastic, yes. Inelastic. So this is elastic.
What do you mean? If it's inelastic, then the smaller changing the price.
A price change.
What?
A price change goes to no change in quantity, ideally. Remember that this is perfectly inelastic, and this is perfectly elastic.
Okay. So when firms find it difficult to recruit new labor,
is this helping to be elastic?
I don't think it is.
You think correct.
Because they can really what's it called? They can manipulate the prices, the wages, but it doesn't change anything.
If it is difficult
so it's inelastic.
Exactly, inelastic. Short run, elastic or inelastic?
Inelastic. Short run. So changing of one factor of production.
Already tells you.
I think it will change in a short run something. So only 1 of 4, but it won't last for long.
So is it elastic or inelastic?
It's what?
Is the short run elastic or inelastic?
Short run. So company makes a short run, like increasing labor, and it increases. But in the short, I think it may be elastic.
No, the short run is always inelastic because you can change only one factor of production, by the way.
Does that have to explain? Is that supposed to explain?
Yes, you can change just one factor, okay. So you are less free, so more inelastic.
So less flexible.
Exactly. The same thing for option D. If you are near full capacity, you cannot expand, so you are inelastic. So it is B.
Can't expand, leading to fewer flexibility, smaller flexibility.
Exactly.
Meaning inelastic.
The only thing that leads you to more elasticity is large quantity of stock.
Large quantity of stock, right? Because they can react
exactly.
to the price change very rapidly.
They have the resources to react. That's the way. And that said, my dear Hamzat, I would let you go because at 9 I have another one coming in.